Hey, what's up, y'all? It's popping this D-Buster X's Impressive Vid. It's titled Amanda Seales Condemns Issa Rae. Okay, she's also talking about the Megan Thee Stallion situation, but I already reacted to a video addressing that, so I'm just going to watch the portion about Amanda Seales. So yeah, let's see what's going on and why she's speaking out against Issa. Let's watch.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive channel. Recently, Amanda Seales sat down with Shannon Sharp on his club Shay Shay show. Anytime somebody sits down with Shannon, you know something's messy spilled and somebody is about to be exposed. Well, this interview was no different because Amanda Seales talked about her rift with her former boss and co-star from Insecure, Issa Rae. And her real issue was really with Issa Rae's publicist, Vanessa Anderson. Now, Amanda felt like Vanessa was being rude to her and she didn't like her. And Amanda tolerated it. But
why she keep trying to drag Issa into this?
Went to this Black Emmys party that was hosted by Vanessa. Amanda was actually invited as a +1. So she arrived at the party.
Oh, she wasn't even
Vanessa
invited?
had 4 security guards take her out of the party. And this, of course, infuriated Amanda, and she ranted about it online a few years ago. And after she ranted about this, she slowly started getting backlash from Black media, and she started getting blackballed from certain spaces. And
very interesting. I don't remember the details of this. I'll definitely react to a video talking about it. But if the girl didn't want you at her party, she didn't want you at her party. Maybe she didn't really fuck with you like that. You do have an intense personality. It's not for everybody. So she didn't want you there. And you pulled up as somebody else's +1? Like you were not even on the guest list to be invited? Am I hearing that correctly? So how can you get upset? And it's a party. It's not the end of the world. Go to another party. It's just like, oh, so tragic. You couldn't stay at a party. Oh my God. So for you to go online and blast her and then mention Issa Rae and like do all of that, people probably felt some type of way about that. That probably did ruffle a lot of feathers because it's like, what are you doing? Like, you know, if the girl didn't want you there, she didn't want you there.
She feels like Vanessa
it's her party.
Is the reason for this. Also, Amanda felt a way that Issa Rae didn't really step in to handle the situation.
Girl, that is not her responsibility.
Like didn't defend her or protect her at any point in time. Issa seemed to be
she gotta protect
you? On the situation as a whole. There was a moment when Issa tried to intervene and she tried to get Amanda to talk to Vanessa. However, that didn't go well.
Okay.
And since then,
she actually tried. I will give her that because I wouldn't have even done that. I would have been like, look, y'all are both grown women. What do y'all want me to do? I'm not about to be nobody's mediator and try to keep the peace between two grown ass adults. I'm staying out of this. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Y'all figure it out as adults. The fuck? But she tried to step in and like, okay, well, you know, I'm cool with both of y'all. Can y'all have a meeting? And it didn't work out. So she like, okay, well, look, I tried. What do you want me to do? And it's like, at this point, what do you want her to do? Why do you keep trying to drag her into this drama that you have with her publicist? I don't understand that. Am I missing something?
It's awkward between them. I mean, truthfully, Issa is kind of awkward. I don't think she's the type to really.
She doesn't seem confrontational.
Drama. She doesn't seem like a confrontational person. And on top of that, she's juggling so many different things. So she like,
I got bigger fish to fry. I have more important things to worry about than y'all petty dispute. What? And then you keep talking about it. Are you gonna mention this again? Because the fact that Impressive is even going over this again makes me feel like she's gonna mention this again on Club Shay Shay. So you keep talking about this years later, bro.
Probably saw the issue between Amanda and her publicist as something trivial, and she's like, listen, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
It is
I'm not in any drama. Just leave me out of it, okay? But Amanda
is she like ostracizing you in Hollywood somehow? She's saying that she got blackballed after the fact, but that's probably because people saw how you handled that situation. They didn't like it. But what kind of power does Issa Rae's publicist have? Like, she's trying to make it seem like she's this big wig and she's pulling all these strings. Like, does she have all these connections and she's telling people not to work with you? If that's the case, then okay, speak on that. But when I reacted to that video, it seemed like she was just referring to her being, you know, removed from the party and how embarrassing that was. And oh my God, I couldn't stay at this party and my other castmates were there. I wasn't at this party. She kept focusing on the party. But it's like, bro... It's a party. Just going about your business. If you wasn't invited, then you wasn't invited. I just feel like she made this such a big deal, and whatever attention that she had with Issa Rae's publicist, I'm sure it made it worse. And she's trying to like drag Issa into it and put her in the middle. Why aren't you protecting me? Why aren't you standing up for me? Not everybody wants to do that. She has the personality to want to fight the good fight and stand up for people. And that's great. That's what you want to do. Cool. That's your personality. That's not Issa's personality. So you cannot force that on nobody. And you like, oh, and to make it even worse, Issa tried. She tried to have y'all talk. But it's like, at that point, what can she do? She cannot force this girl to like you. She cannot force anything. So what do you want her to do at this point? So I don't feel like it's fair to condemn Issa.
Like that. She felt like Issa didn't protect her, and she
This ain't your damn mama, girl. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry.
And I said to Issa, like, I don't know what's going on with your publicist, but like she got something wrong. She got a problem with me. And she was like, that's between y'all.
Okay.
It is.
I said, well, it's not really between y'all because I don't have a problem with her.
Right.
But she.
What do you want Issa to do about that? It's not really between us because I ain't got a problem with her. What do you want this woman to do? Y'all are grown. Go figure it out. I'm not y'all damn mama. Why you want me to come on the playground and try to figure out why y'all not playing nicely in the sand? This is so goofy.
He seems to have a problem with me. And she was like, that's none of my business.
Okay.
Because it's not.
Okay. At the end of season 1, I pulled Issa aside. After this, I said, can we go to dinner?
I'm sorry.
I want to take you to dinner. I took her to dinner. I said, I feel like you think I have something against you. And I don't know why you feel that way. Because we had been cool from even before this.
Right.
She was like, well, no. I said, I feel like you have something against me. And she said, well, I feel like you have something against me. And I was like, based on what? So I said, well, why? She said, well, I guess I was looking at you like your character. And so I said, you know what?
Okay, that's weird.
So let's
She said
clean the
that.
slate. Because that's not...
A fake character, girl.
I have nothing against you. I really don't. And if that came off, that was not my intention. But by the end of the show, there were just certain scenarios where I had to really always be the bigger person and be the balm to the situation.
Maybe she felt like you had an issue with her because you kept pressuring her to fix the drama that you had with another adult. Maybe that's why she felt like you kept coming at her about that. Like, Issa, you need to fix this. Issa, you need to talk to your publicist. She don't like me. What do you want me to do about that? I would get irritated by that too and like stop fucking with Amanda. Like, girl, get the fuck out of my face. Get away from me. You on some weird shit.
In season 5, she just came out her face at me one time too many, and I just chose to stop being the bomb because the show was rapping. I just stopped communicating.
Oh.
She wasn't empowering to me. She didn't feel like she didn't feel like I deserved to be protected. I'm only giving a modicum. I'm only giving a portion of the situations.
Yeah.
Was coming at her sideways? Is that what she's saying?
Experience.
Okay.
So Amanda obviously felt like Issa didn't protect her in these situations. Now, I do find the conversation they had about not liking each other to be pretty interesting because Amanda felt like Issa wasn't feeling her. Issa felt like Amanda wasn't feeling her. But how they handled the situation was interesting because Issa never brought it up until Amanda invited her out and talked about it. So Amanda is the type to confront the problem head on, whereas Issa probably would let the problem slide under the rug. So they have a different way of handling conflict. Amanda is outspoken and she acts as an advocate for people. So in her mind, she kind of expected Issa to advocate for her. But Issa was too passive for her liking. She almost came off as nonchalant. And Amanda didn't like that because she felt like nobody was taking up for her. Even after that whole Emmy's party incident, she came back on the set of Insecure and people were just icing her out. It was a very negative...
Because at this point, you being weird. And people are just like, what's up with her? She's being weird. She on some bullshit. You got a problem with this girl. She probably didn't really fuck with you. Her personality is not for everybody, okay? She's very brash. She's intense. So maybe the publicist already didn't fuck with her like that. And just like, this is my party. I kind of don't really even want her there. I'm not going to put her on the guest list. I'm not going to invite her. But she pulled up anyway. She's like, what the fuck? What is she doing here? Can y'all get her up out of here? I don't want her here. Which she didn't have to do. That was petty. You could have just let it slide. Like, all right, whatever. She pulled up at somebody's +1. I'll let it go. But apparently the girl is petty. So she wanted her up out of there. Okay, but the fact that she gets online, going off, talking about the situation in detail, bringing Issa Rae into it. Like, that's very messy at that point. So the rest of the cast is probably like, all right, she on some bullshit. So they not really trying to fuck with you at that point. Because it's like, look at how you're behaving. You have to try to think about it from their standpoint as well. Like, how do you think that made them feel? And they're just like, okay, this is getting strange. Like, you causing these issues for what? It's a party. It's a party. It's not the end of the fucking world. It's just a party. There are millions of them. So, okay, you couldn't go to this one, so you felt the need to blow it out of proportion and make it this huge ordeal. For what reason? So, yes, that would rub a lot of people the wrong way. So, I understand why they would kind of be like, off you a little bit on set. I'm not saying that's right, but I get it to a certain degree. And especially if they're closer to Issa and the publicist, it's like you are making this a hostile, weird environment for everybody now. And they fuck with Issa more, I'm pretty sure. So that's probably why that took place.
For her, and it took a while for Issa to even acknowledge it.
Now we have to go back to shooting.
Awkward.
Because at this time, it's just the women
why would
shooting.
you do all that?
Everybody knows what's going on. They don't say nothing to me. And that's just fucking mean. So now we're on set, and I finally say to Issa, so are we just not going to talk about this? Because it's now going on for 3 weeks. And my mental health is suffering, okay? And she's like, well, like, what do you want to talk about? And I said, listen, like, this was a terrible experience.
Right.
This was
terrible. Because people ain't really talking to you?
I, like, literally cried, like, face to face with her, like, this is terrible. And she's like, this is the first time she finally says, like, well, I'm sorry that happened to you. It took 3 conversations. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I'd like to talk to you further because I need you to speak to Vanessa.
Oh, my God.
She is trying to ruin my career. She's like, I think so.
Yeah, no, I would have went off on her at this point. Like, if you don't get out my goddamn face about this Vanessa situation, I don't care. I'm over it. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. You figure it out as an adult. Get out my face. You came to this woman 3 different times trying to talk about that, trying to tell her that she needs to talk to her publicist. She don't need to do nothing. You're trying to strong arm her into fixing your problem with her publicist at this point. Girl, go to hell. That's what I would have told her if I was Issa. Go to hell and get out my face. I'm not doing nothing. How about that? You figure that out. I don't know what y'all got going on, but that ain't got shit to do with me. I got other shit to worry about. I got my own problems. Excuse me? I feel like that's such a burden to put on Issa. That's not fair to put that responsibility on her shoulders. Like, she y'all goddamn mama. Like, girl, go to hell. I'm sorry. I don't agree.
And I feel for Amanda. I do.
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't.
I'm not going to dismiss her feelings at all. I
don't. I don't feel for her.
But I'm not going to look at Issa as a villain in the situation either. I think Issa probably needs to make changes in how she addresses conflict. And Amanda needs to make changes in how she addresses conflict. There's nothing wrong with confronting things head on, but
I don't think she went about it.
And also, there's nothing wrong with trying to avoid drama, but sometimes you can't overlook everything. Now, I'm sure some of y'all.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I do not agree at all. You can't have this intense, brash personality and be so confrontational with people and so aggressive and unlikable and then get upset when people don't like you. Maybe that's why people don't fuck with you, because you don't seem like a very likable person. And I went to an event that Issa Rae threw. This is probably like over a year ago. I posted about it on my Instagram. Issa seems like such a laid back, chill, like down to earth person. And Amanda seems like the opposite, to be honest. And I feel like a lot of people are not receptive to those type of personalities. So they just wasn't fucking with her like that. And that includes the publicist. The publicist probably just didn't like her. And it's like, she's entitled to not like you and not want you at her party. So for you to, blow that whole situation up and then drag other people into it and make it a very uncomfortable, weird working environment when y'all all have to work together, that you kind of like cause that for yourself. So I'm confused. And obviously it does suck if she, felt bad about it and she cried, that does suck. I'm not saying that she deserved to feel bad and, she deserved to be iced by everybody and have everyone, ostracize her or whatever the case. But at the same time, you have to be aware of how you come across. And when you are, that aggressive and intense with people, they don't really like it. So you kind of got to take responsibility for that. I don't know. And I'm just missing how the publicist tried to ruin her career. She's not really going into detail about that, but was she trying to tell people not to work with you behind the scenes? Was she, trying to not have you cast for other things? Like, what did she do exactly to try to ruin your career? Like, I'm unclear about that. But yeah, I don't know all the details, so I'm just speaking about what, information was presented here. But yeah, I just don't think it's fair to put this on Issa Rae. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye!